You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Hi, everyone. This is Craig Proctor. Welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, my special guest from the greater Vancouver area is Sonny Bhinder. Sonny, welcome to the Craig Proctor podcast. I appreciate you being here. You've been a member for a long while now. Let's get right into it. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and how we first met up.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Craig, for having me at this show. It's a great honor and a pleasure. Yes, a lot of my business is totally the way I work based on the Craig Proctor System, right? So I started my real estate career in 2005. That was actually in Toronto when I started it. And I did everything what was told to me to do. They said join the best and the most expensive brokerage like Remax and Century 21 because they will give you business. It's going to help you in getting business. But I figured out a brokerage name like Remax and those branded names does not help you in getting any business, right? Kind of a stuff. So I did cold calling from the yellow pages. I did door knocking, farming. The neighborhood technically knew me because I used to go every other day knocking on the doors. But I technically struggled for 2 years. I was making six figures income working as a software engineer at that time.
Were you, Sonny, were you thinking, what the hell have I done? I was making high six figures. You had a good job, you had a good career. And so why did you leave that career? Like it was a good career, you're making good money, six figures. Why did you leave that to get into real estate?
Actually, what happened is one was a Ford Motor Company was moving everything to US.
Right.
I didn't want to go to US at that time because I just was getting settled down. I bought a home in Toronto. Right. And at the same time, I did buy a house as well, right? When all this transitioning was happening. So I found out that my personality links very well with the real estate. I've also done law as well. So I saw that my personality traits is I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and I wanted to deliver best possible service to the clients. But what happened is that when I started doing it, I copied what all the agents are doing.
Isn't that what we all do? Hey, folks, watching this, isn't that what we all do when we get into real estate? Right? We don't know what we're doing. So what we believe the common sense thing to do is look around at what all the other agents in your office are doing and in your city and thinking, that they've got the answers. So that's what you did, right? You started cold calling and door knocking and you're a worker, right? So you rolled up your sleeves and it wasn't that that didn't work or you weren't successful, but it's a lot of work. And what you found is it's not really scalable and you did not enjoy it.
Yes, that's what it is. I was at a corporate level doing a professional job. And then one day I find myself doing door knocking. And I said, you know what, that's not fun. And you know how much it snows in Toronto. It was like brutal for me. So
you're sitting in an office, making high six figures, and all of a sudden now you're out in the freezing cold knocking on doors.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? So I figured out I was getting very less time to service the clients, which I gained by doing all that prospecting. Mm-hmm. I was spending a lot of time prospecting. And when I got the client, I was not able to give them the best service possible because I was always scared about what next. When this client is closed, they move into their house, what next? I have to do it again. So the clients were not getting enough time for me at that time. That's what I was able to find doing all these things. And I was getting a little bit frustrated. So eventually I decided to come back to Vancouver because I'm from here originally.
Okay, so you start your career off in Toronto, you move back to Vancouver because that's where you're originally from. What happens next? Now you've got to start your real estate career from scratch.
Yeah, so what happened is that there used to be some real estate magazine in which I saw your advertisement and I said, why not give it a shout, right? Or at this ad over here and see what
Do you
happens.
remember what the ad, do you remember what my ad said that caught your eye?
I don't recall as such. I never saved the ad though, but it was talking about you that at that time you were selling around 500 plus homes, had a team in Toronto, and it discussed about how to make more money as a real estate agent, give better service to the clients. All that stuff was over there. And I said, why not I give it a shout? So I went to one of your conferences. I don't remember whether it was in Phoenix or Anaheim, somewhere over there. And I guess so. One of the, either it was Brian Moses or someone, they said that to join the coaching system, and that was around $14,000. I never had any money because I spent all the savings in those 2 years.
Right.
Because my
so that was a lot of money for you at that point. Now, what was it at the conference though that you know, the light goes on? Like, what was it that you heard or saw at the conference that said, you know, I want to go all in with Craig Proctor. I want to be in his the Craig Proctor system.
Yeah, first of all, Craig, it was all different kind of a learning, right? I figured out that whatever I was doing, like door knocking, cold calling, all these kind of things, it's too much waste of time. That's what things don't have to be done. So
when you heard me on stage say, when you're using the Craig Proctor system, you're never going to make a cold call again. You're never going to knock on doors. You're never going to sit in open houses. You're never going to do floor time. A lot of how I separate myself from all the other coaches is by telling real estate agents what you'll no longer have to do.
Yeah.
So that must have been music to your ears, right? When I'm basically saying all the things that you don't like about real estate, which is basically how you've been making your money, I'm saying they're unnecessary. And we can replace all of that with smart modern marketing that attracts and sifts and sorts prospects. So you started running our advertising, and tell us what happened when you started to implement the Craig Proctor lead generation system.
Yeah, so one is that definitely I learned better methods of doing things. And the other methods were not helping me make money, because coming from 6 figures to making only $20,000 a year was a pretty big setback. So all my money was technically gone. So I started implementing the ads into newspapers. Because at that time, newspapers were the one. Classified ads, editorial ads, I started running that. And we had set up some hotlines at that time. So people used to leave messages on those hotlines. And I started just following up with them, right? So things became a little bit easier because now people were contacting me instead of me chasing realtors. And as you always say, prospects pursued, run away.
Right. So it's everybody watching. You understand what was different here for Sonny is he was running Craig Proctor style advertising, offering buyers and sellers something they wanted. So now the prospects were contacting Sonny. They were chasing him. You know, he didn't have to cold call or prospect anymore. He was already following up with, you know, a warm lead that had raised their hand. And of course, the things that we're offering buyers and sellers are really only of interest to people that are actually thinking about making a move. So you start following up with the leads. And I assume in the beginning, you probably weren't as great with the follow-up, but you became better and better at what to do and what to say. And all of a sudden, you're booking all these appointments, listing appointments and buyer appointments.
Yeah. So like Craig, you always mention in those conferences that, you know what, we are problem solvers. We need to solve people's problems, right? So identify the problem and solve those problems. So technically I became a problem solver. My ads were like, if you have this problem, you should contact us. And people used to reach back to us, and we were able to deliver better service to them. So when these ads were running, people used to contact us, and I was then booking buyer appointments, listing appointments, going and meeting those people. So now, instead of spending more time in prospecting and less time in helping, it switched around. Now I was having more time in helping people buy and sell. So the customer service increased drastically and people were happy.
I want to make sure everyone, that's a big point you just made. I want to make sure everyone watching, takes that in. So Sonny no longer had to do any kind of outbound prospecting, cold calling, which saved you hours and hours and hours every day. Because the leads were coming to Sonny, yeah, he didn't have to waste hours and hours every single day doing that, which gave him more time to actually follow up and take care of his clients and give them better service. Yeah. So he eliminated doing hours of prospecting that he did not like and replaced it with smart modern marketing. And now had way more time every week to focus on actually helping the customers, which is, why we get into real estate in the first place, right? We get into real estate because we want to help people buy and sell and do a good job for them. So, so customer service improves. I'm sure you've got more referrals now, and you're doing the parts of the business that you really enjoy. You got rid of the stuff you didn't like, and now you're focusing on calling back prospects that contact you and taking them out doing the fun things, showing houses, listing homes, making your clients happy.
That's right. And then the next problem, what I faced is I had too many people to help or answer their questions. So now I said, I cannot do it all by myself. And then I started slowly had an assistant.
It's funny when it's funny now when you look back at that and you say, and then the next problem, Craig, is this works so well. I had so many clients calling me asking for help that you couldn't follow up with them all.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Right. It's still a problem. I mean, it's still a problem. But one thing I want realtors to understand is as your business grows, you're always going to have problems, but there'll be different problems, there'll be better problems. So your initial problem was not enough business. Now your new problem, you figured that problem out. Now your new problem is, how the heck am I going to follow up with all these buyers and sellers? So what was the answer? First of all, you're working, trying to do it yourself. What happened next?
Yeah, then I hired admin assistants to do the paperwork so that I can spend more time with the clients and help them much better. And then the next problem came up that I still had more people. So I said, how to work it out then? Then I started building up a team, right? So
the team is, first was administrative people, non-licensed, and then you hired licensed agents. And let me just say this, hiring the administrative people is a good first step because you can delegate, the paperwork and getting keys cut and taking pictures and that type of thing. But that just allowed you, now that you weren't doing all the administrative things, it allowed you to work with more buyers and sellers. But it's still a problem because eventually, you're just working 60, 70 hours a week. So the real leverage was that next step you took where you started to hire licensed agents, because now you were actually replacing some of the agent duties.
Yeah. So that's how we started scaling up, that I became the marketing expert and the listing expert. And then I had agents in my team who used to work with the overflow of the buyers I did have. I was definitely involved in a larger part of the transaction so that there's a relationship going on. And we were able to actually deliver much better customer service, right? People were much more happy. And that's where the team started growing. And so currently we do, just in 2021, we did somewhere closer to 200 transactions.
So you did 200 transactions in 2021. Okay, so everyone watching, would you agree this sounds like a good plan? Sonny is doing the parts of real estate that he loves. He's delegating a lot of the work. So he's making more money in less time. He's providing better service to his clients. What's the downside here, right? This is called having a business, right? Like this is how it works. Unless you want to have a job as a real estate agent, where you're basically, it's just you can't really scale it. You have to do everything yourself, including taking the pictures and getting the keys cut and running around with paperwork. This is how we run a real estate business. This is what we do at Craig Proctor Coaching. We take real estate agents or even agents that might have a small team, and we show you how to make it bigger and better and scale it. So the following things happen. Okay, the entrepreneur, Sonny in this case, is making more money, he's working less, and he loves the part that he does. Who wouldn't want that, right? Now, you got to wonder why every real estate agent wouldn't be doing this, right? Some of them don't really understand this. right? Some of them do not have the vision. Some of them perhaps are skeptical. I've heard some solo agents say, well, you know what? If I grow my team, I would be providing a lower level of service for my clients. And it's actually the opposite. If you really think about it, if you've got a properly trained team, you can say to the seller, you get me and you get my team of 4 people or 5 people or 10 people on my team, all at the same price as hiring a solo agent. So it's going to help you in your marketing and in your listing presentation. It actually does work. And, if we look at every other industry outside of real estate, your lawyer, okay, lawyers have legal assistants. They delegate probably 70 or 80% to the legal assistants. Architects have junior architects. Doctors have nurses and admin people. The pilot has a co-pilot. The pilot, if you were jumping on an airplane and you looked out the window and you saw the pilot throwing luggage on the plane or gassing the plane up or serving food at 30,000 feet, you might be a bit disturbed, right? So this is the way businesses work. So Sonny, congratulations, because you have now graduated from being a solo agent to a team leader to now you've opened your own Craig Proctor brokerage. Talk to us about why you made the decision just to open your own brokerage rather than just having a team at someone else's brokerage.
Yeah. Okay. So what I was eventually finding is that definitely people were joining my team and we were doing amazing and awesome. But I also started figuring it out is that most of the real estate agents, they are out in the market, they are struggling because they do not have a vision. They do not even plan their day or the weeks. They do not have any goals and all that stuff. And then I started thinking, I said, you know what, why should not I open up my own brokerage? And I had been thinking for this for the last 4 or 5 years so that I can help more agents come under my wing and I can train them, teach them, and they can make more money right over here. But I was so busy with my own work, right? Dealing with so many clients and all that stuff. I never got the chance. But as soon as you proposed and Todd mentioned that, you know what, we are opening Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, which is a very powerful name itself. And I said, you know what, why to wait then? If all the other big teams are joining that brokerage, why don't I also open up my own? Since I was thinking since quite a while. So now by opening this brokerage, the benefit is agents can come in and I can teach them better how to run a business.
I'm going to put a different backdrop on here for Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. There's that one there. So this is a brokerage system. It's a system that teaches real estate agents how to recruit, hire, train, and manage. You've just opened the brokerage. What is your goal now? Where do you see yourself a couple of years down the road?
See, Craig, I'm already 46 and I want that by the age I hit 50, I should be doing closer to 1,000 transactions per year. Right.
And by the way, folks, we have about 150 of these locations, right? So when I started coaching real estate agents, 30 years ago, there was no such thing as teams, right? I brought the team concept into the industry. I was the first one to do it. So we were teaching solo agents in the beginning. So I would license my systems and my intellectual property to solo agents. And then we created other levels. We had from coaching, you go to the platinum level. And at the platinum level, really everyone there, all the hundreds of agents in platinum, really close to 500 are big teams, over $1 million in GCI. Then we have a titanium level. Average income in there would be over $3 million. And in my titanium level, we have agents that are making over $1 million in GCI a month, like Tracy King in Tennessee. He's in a small town, I think it's called Sevierville, Tennessee, which is like, I don't know if it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's very close to the middle of nowhere. But he's not selling, big expensive homes. He's selling a lot of houses. So, Sonny, one of the benefits you get of being in the Craig Proctor system and being a Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty brokerage is you get to hang out with the thousands of Craig Proctor members that are further along in the process. Everything you want to do in real estate has already been done by them. Talk about how networking and hanging out with agents they're doing these things that you visualize. How has that been helpful?
See, it's all a different paradigm shift, right? Kind of a stuff. So earlier, I believed real estate agents can only make so much money, or they can only do so much, kind of a stuff. So by joining the whole system, coming to these conferences, I met these top agents, top teams, and I figured out that there is no limit to that. You can help as many people as possible. And another best thing I found is that a lot of these team leaders, they are not only helping their clients, their team and the agents and whatnot, they are also helping the community. They are donating such a large part of their income into donations to these societies and hospitals and all that stuff. And that was quite a bit of an eye opener for me.
Yeah, that's a big leap, Does everyone hear what Sonny's saying? My top members are doing so well that their own needs are taken care of, right? And they're giving away a percentage of their income to what we call their worthy cause. So, for me, it was the local sick kids hospital, but it might be, for another one of our members, it might be homeless people. If our member might be ex-military, it may be wounded warriors. Wouldn't it be nice? Because I'm sure everyone watching this has something they really care about. Maybe someone in your family has been struck by cancer or diabetes, or might be the Heart and Stroke Foundation. So this is just one of the things we do. We give a percentage of the income at every home that we sell back to our worthy cause. So I encourage all of our members to identify with what has touched your life, what's really, really important to you. And let's make sure that we're telling all our buyers and sellers, when you list your home with me, or you buy a home using my services, I'm going to donate a portion of my income, of that commission check, to fill in the blank, whatever your worthy cause is. Now, Sonny, what is your worthy cause out in Vancouver?
I had thought about this year in 2022 to donate closer to $20,000 to various organizations, and I'm pretty much close to that. The year has not finished. We have already donated closer to $20,000 for all these various worthy causes, whether it is BC Kids, Battered Women Societies, Cancer Society, and whatnot. We have donated to quite a few charities over here. Right? Yeah.
For those watching, I mean, I know, when I started in real estate, the idea of me giving away money was not an idea I had, because I was just trying to take care of my own needs, right? When you're struggling in real estate, you're not thinking about how you can take care of other people. You're thinking about, how do I take care of myself? But as as my income started to grow, from $1 million in gross commission income to 2 million to 3 million to 4 million. And as many of you know, I was the top RE/MAX agent in the entire world within 3 years of having my license. So when I was in my 20s, I was already the number one RE/MAX agent in the world. I was making $3 million a year. And all of a sudden, my needs were taken care of, right? You get to the point where your needs are taken care of. And that's what I wish for all of you. So, you can give back. The first thing that I did personally is I started taking care of my family after my needs were taken care of. I bought my parents cars, and I bought, took care of university and college fees for all my family, because wouldn't that be nice for all of you to be able to take care of your family, your parents, if you're lucky enough to still have them, and your sisters and brothers and your nieces and your nephews. And once I got them all the way through school, and I took care of them, and I took care of my family, then I was in a position to be able to give money back to other things that had touched my life. So I want everyone to think about, wouldn't that be great for you? And, right now, you might think, well, that's not a reality. I understand that. If you're struggling right now, of course, you're going to take care of yourself, and you're going to take care of your family. But Sonny, that was a paradigm shift, right? When you met these millionaire agents inside the Craig Proctor system, and some of them are giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. It really, stretches your paradigm, right?
That's true. So let's face the honest and brutal thing that in 2022, things have suddenly become slow in real estate. A lot of real estate agents are struggling to make things happen, and some of those are quitting the industry as well. But at this year as well, we have donated. Technically, what I did last year, I donated the similar amount of money this year as well. So that gives a good feeling, right, over here. And we are technically, last year we did closer to 200 transactions. And this year, I think so I'll be touching somewhere again closer to 175. Even being a slow year, we are still touching our numbers, and we are helping the people, the community. People are scared. We are still able to help them take their fear factor out, and they can move on, sell their houses, and live their happy lives.
Okay, so you're doing 200 this year, maybe 175, which is still, really, really good, obviously. What is your goal, though? Because you're an entrepreneur. Here's what I believe happened. When you came to that first Craig Proctor seminar, there was already a little spark in you, but what you heard, what you saw at that conference, it lit that spark. You already came here with the spark. I didn't put the spark in you. You had that spark. But once you hear Craig Proctor, you can't unhear this message. Once you see how this works, you can't unsee it. And so at that point, realtors, this is a warning. If you get involved with me and you get exposed to this, I will ruin it for you as far as how you're doing it now. I'll wreck it. Right? What I'm saying is, Sonny, after you attended that first conference, would there be any way that you would have been satisfied going back and door knocking and cold calling? And no, I wrecked it. I ruined it. Okay. So that's a fair warning for all of you. If I show you how this works and I give you ample proof and I explain how this works, you'll never go back to doing what you're doing now. That game is over. Once you hear this, you can't unhear it. Then what happened, Sonny, is you were in a mad rush to implement and get this thing up and going. There was too much social proof, right? You met hundreds of agents making high 6 and even 7 figures. And when you became friendly with the Craig Proctor members, here's what you realized. They're no different than you. Right? If they can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of them are willing to help, willing to share their stories, good stories, bad stories, what to implement. And the same thing is now, right? So I'm part of the Craig Proctor system by having this brokerage called Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So I'm learning every day from you over here. So I've gained not a wealth of knowledge, but I've still gained quite a bit of a knowledge, which I want that if anyone wants to join my brokerage, I can actually help them grow their business, right? I give them a guarantee that you would make at least $100,000 plus in income every year. Otherwise, I'll pay you the difference, right? Kind of a stuff. So that's a bold statement. And why I say that, because you have taught us a lot of things, which I can further teach them, because a lot of realtors are doing things absolutely wrong, right?
All right, let me just interrupt for 1 second. Did everyone hear what Sonny just said? If you're in the greater Vancouver area, you need to reach out to Sonny. You will absolutely make more money and work less if you join up with him in some capacity. Okay, if you partner up with Sonny. He has a $100,000 guarantee increase. What that means is you bring documentation of whatever you're making now. And if Sonny brings you on, okay, he guarantees in writing that you'll make an additional $100,000 from whatever you've made in the last 12 months. Okay, it's a written guarantee. Now, what if they don't? What if I join up with you and you say, Craig, I guarantee if you partner up with Sonny, I guarantee you'll make an additional $100,000 in the next 12 months. But what if I don't? What happens?
So first of all, Craig, if they follow the system and they do the things, it's impossible they will not.
Impossible.
So there is no question like that. They follow the rules, they follow the system, they do the things how they have been taught to do it. It's impossible. They will guaranteed make 6 figures into.
Now, I want to make sure everyone understands what follow the system means. Because if I'm a solo agent, I'm like, well, why would I give up my independence, right? Why would I give up my independence? I'm an independent agent. I work for Remax or Keller Williams or whatever. Why would I join up? Why would I join up with Sonny? Like, doesn't every brokerage says, oh, we're going to give you training and we're going to give you leads, but you're not just giving leads. You're actually giving actual qualified appointments to agents. Agents, do you hear that? He's not giving you a bunch of Zillow leads or he's actually giving you appointments. So Sonny pays for all the marketing and advertising. He's a marketing expert. He's been trained by me how to generate leads. Okay. Now, inside salespeople will call the leads, qualify the buyers and sellers. And only if the buyers and sellers are qualified, like they're motivated and they're ready to act now, will an appointment be booked. That's the job of Sonny. Okay, he's the marketing director and the inside sales staff, okay, the team. Now, how would this work if you worked with Sonny? You would literally be going from listing appointment to listing appointment to buyer appointment to listing appointment. Now, Sonny will coach you up on the Craig Proctor system. He'll give you the Craig Proctor listing presentation, the Craig Proctor buyer presentation. He would spend an enormous amount of time every week coaching you up and training you on how to be really awesome at listing presentations and buyer presentations. Why? Because the more money you make, the more money Sonny makes. So you would be, in effect, an extension of Sonny, because Sonny gets to the point where he can't even go out in all the appointments. Now, you might be skeptical. You might think, well, this sounds too good to be true. People Google me. I've created more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach or trainer or guru. In fact, most of these gurus have never even sold real estate. And if they did, they weren't very good at it. For those of you that want to do really well, you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate, you want to have the good life, you don't want to work 70, 80 hours a week, you're tired of cold calling, prospecting, sitting in open houses, you're tired of doing what everyone else is doing, you're tired of hearing the same old thing from all of the coaches that never actually became millionaires. Okay, this message is for you. I believe you're watching this for a reason. Now, I'm going to recommend that you reach out to Sonny. Just give him a call or email him and have a conversation. You can verify his real deal here. If you're in Vancouver, you don't need to call me. You just need to call Sonny. You don't need to call me. You need to call Sonny, because Sonny is right now, he's doing everything that you want to do. Everything you want to do in real estate, this guy's already doing it. Now, if you're outside of the greater Vancouver area, you're anywhere else in Canada or the United States, I want you to contact me. I want you to book a call with my team and I, either myself or my right-hand person, and we'll have a conversation about where you are in your business. Like, we'll ask you what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it. And then we'll ask you, where do you want to go with your business? What's your vision? And then we would explain to you the best way to do that using the Craig Proctor system. Now, if you like what you hear, you might want us to help you. If you don't, if you're not blowing away, no cost, no obligation, we're not trying to sell you anything. You just continue on doing what you're doing. Now, if Sonny hadn't have attended that first Craig Proctor conference, we wouldn't be sitting here today. Yeah. Sonny, you might not even be in real estate right now. Who knows, right? Maybe you're still cold calling or door knocking. So all good things happen with a conversation. So if you want to book a call with me, we'll put the information below. It's just my name, proctorcall.com. So Proctor, my last name, call.com, no space, proctorcall.com. You'll go to my Acuity Day Timer, pick a day and a time that works for you. Let's have a conversation. Let's learn a little bit about you. You can learn a little bit about me, and then you can see if this is right for you. Not a sales pitch. We call it a breakthrough call. So we're going to help you get a breakthrough. The information that you learn on the call will be very, very helpful. I'll ask you questions where you're going to think, you know what, I should probably know the answers. These are really good questions. This is going to be a helpful exercise. This is how Sonny got started. Now, Sonny, how would realtors watching this, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
You know what? The best way is pick up the phone, give me a call, easiest. My cell phone number is 604-582-1111. So pretty simple. or they can go on the website. It's called makemorequick.com. They can go over there, or you know what, they can anytime Google me up, Sonny Bhinder, and they can connect with me. I'll be happy to help them out, answer their questions. And you know what I believe in is there's no harm in meeting and talking or asking. Even though someone doesn't want to join me, at least they will get to know a little bit about
Right.
how things are being done, right? So they can do it on their own if they need to. But you know what, I say that if you join me, there's a lot of things which I can help in teaching, training. Definitely, I'm connected to Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. A lot of coaching, training is there. There's a full university which is being set up for the trainings. So they will benefit big time if they join us right over there. And you know what? They can make more money without having any expenses, and they can have a better customer service, right? They can deliver better service to their clients,
Right.
get repeat business referrals. And you know what? You feel good about it when you donate to the community. So it's all like a system over here where it elevates you to the next level, and you can have a better vision of living your life.
Well said. Folks, don't be skeptical. Contact Sonny. Pick his brain. Just have a conversation. What's the downside? Right? All good things start with, it's easy to eliminate this. It's easy to say, well, it sounds too good to be true, or, they're just going to try to pitch me something or whatever. Look, if you don't explore, you never know. How many things in life you stumble upon something and you think, gee, I wish I had known that. Like, think of all the years, Sonny, that you spent in real estate doing it the traditional way, all the hours, cold calling, door knocking, away from your family and friends. And then you stumbled on to Craig Proctor, and everything is changed for the good. So don't watch this and eliminate it or be skeptical or set it aside. Either contact me, go to proctorcall.com, book a free call. It's free. What's the downside? There's no obligation. No one's going to try to make you do anything at all. This should be a confidence builder for you. Okay, remember, I've created more millionaire agents than any other coach, trainer, guru out there. Why not you? Why Sonny and not you? And that's Sonny, that's what you said, right? When you started to meet all the Craig Proctor millionaire agents, you're like, well, why them, not me? We always think, somebody else is, oh, maybe they're smarter than me, or maybe they've got superpowers or so. No, you're going to meet agents that you relate with. Like, you're going to find some other Craig Proctor members that you kind of bond with, you identify with them. And then when you become friendly with them, you're realizing, hey, this person, they're not smarter than me. They don't have any superpowers. If they can do it, I can do it. And every problem you've got in your business right now, these problems have been solved by the Craig Proctor members. Your problem, right? Yeah.
There's a better way of doing things, right?
There's a better way of doing things, right? None of us have all the ideas. Nobody has an exclusive on all the great ideas. That's why you want to hang out with agents that are actually making millions of dollars a year, not people, talking about it, or, hey, this is what I heard from somebody else, or this is what I read in a book. No. You want to talk to agents that are making millions of dollars a year. So your problem right now might be lead generation, or maybe you're generating a lot of leads and you have a conversion problem, right? Like, if we could help you convert a little higher percentage of your leads, you wouldn't even need to generate more leads. You've already got lots of business in your database. Maybe you're working too many hours. So you need to learn how to leverage and do more business, yet at the same time, work less and take care of yourself and take care of your family. So as your business grows, you're going to have different needs and different challenges. Those challenges have been figured out. I'm going to repeat this again. Everything you want to do in real estate has already been done by me and Sonny and thousands of Craig Proctor members all over the United States and Canada. All you have to do is be a good copier. You don't have to have a creative bone in your body. In fact, we don't want you to change anything. We want you to use the system. Here are the ads. Here are the scripts. Here are the presentations. Here's the technology you're going to use. Okay. Here's how you're going to recruit and hire and train and coach. We're going to lay it all out for you. All you have to do is take the first step and contact myself or Sonny. We'll have all of our information below, okay, in the comments below. I want to thank you, Sonny, for doing this. I know you're super busy, but I'm going to get you back here again on the Craig Proctor Show. We'll get you back and we'll follow your progress as you go above 200 transactions and 300 transactions. Sonny's goal ultimately is 1,000 transactions a year. I've got one client that started with me and she was making $300,000 a year. Now she's making over $1 million a month. Okay, now it took her 9 years to do it, but how many of you would like to be in that position? Continue to grow it, okay? Make more, work less, have a real business that doesn't depend on you. So you can have a life and go on vacation and wake up every day and do the fun parts in your business. And that way, it's something you want to continue doing. A lot of people that get into real estate, what you notice is all they want to talk about is, I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to make some money and then get out of the business. We've got an 80% churn in real estate. 80% of the agents are out of the business within 5 years. Obviously, the traditional way of doing this isn't working very well, but we've got an 80% success rate, okay, where agents become high six-figure and even seven-figure. The system is there. It's all laid out for you. All it takes is you to take the first step. So you're watching this for a reason. We've been on here now for about 40 minutes and you're still here. So that tells us you're interested. So Sonny, I want to thank you again for doing this today. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, you know what, Craig, it was a pleasure over here with you, and it's always a learning thing. But as I mentioned, if anyone wants to connect with me and with your system, you know what, they can always reach me out. They can call me on my cell. I can give the cell phone number one more time. It is 604-582-1111. Otherwise, they can Google me up, Sonny Bhinder, and I would be more than happy to answer their questions and help them out.
Thank you very much. Sonny Bhinder, your home sold guaranteed realty, Greater Vancouver area, Vancouver, Canada. Sonny, thanks so much for doing this. And I want to thank all of those of you watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your comments below. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you again next time. That concludes today's episode. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Yep. Take care. Bye.
Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.